Full-time score, Chelsea 2, Liverpool 1. Ladies and gentlemen, 3 losses in a row for Liverpool. That is not good. It's the first time since, I think, April 2023 that Liverpool had 3 losses in a row. That was under Klopp. This is the first time it's happened under Slot. 2 losses in the Premier League. Last week to Palace, now 2-1 to Chelsea. All too familiar scoreline for Liverpool fans in recent memory. And on top of that, the midweek loss to Galatasaray doesn't help us in the grand scheme of things in the Champions League or just generally with momentum going forward. But sound off in the comment section down below. I want to hear what you guys have to say because this is not great, and I want to hear what y'all think about what this means for Liverpool going forward because there's a lot of questions to ask. And we're gonna ask some of those questions. We're gonna dive into the match overall. Liverpool in second now, a point behind Arsenal after Arsenal beat West Ham today. We have Chelsea in sixth on 11 points. Liverpool is on 15, Arsenal on 16. So gap of about, and Palace still has yet to play. So Palace, if they win against Everton tomorrow, they will be, they'll be ahead of Liverpool. Liverpool dropped to third, which would be all too fitting with the way that this season has started. But City also knocking 13 points if they win tomorrow. And that'll put them within 2 points of Liverpool, 3 points of Arsenal. So it'll be a tight race at the top for sure. But this match overall, if we look at it, goal scorers, Caicedo in the 14th, Gakpo in the 63rd, and a late 95th minute winner by 18-year-old Brazilian wonder kid Estevao for Chelsea. Kid's got a goal and assist so far in the Prem this season. He came on in the 75th minute and absolutely changed the game for Chelsea. I'm going to start with Liverpool because I'm a Liverpool fan, and then we'll talk about Chelsea. But we could talk about the goals in order, actually. So Caicedo, his strike, insane. No one's going to stop that. Mamardashvili got a hand to it, but it wasn't enough. It was an insane shot. He had so much space to wind up that shot. And as much as I rate Virgil van Dijk, the defense recently, in recent weeks, especially with Konate there, and you can make an argument about who was better today, but Konate's been kind of forcing Virgil to control the whole back line, and some part of that is the tactical setup in the squad. But with Virgil kind of like just not closing the man there, it gave acres of space. Now, who's to say who is the guy that had to close him there? I don't know. I'm not a professional, but there was just a lot of space. He turned away from the ball a bit. I didn't rate that all that much. But Konate off in the 56th minute, not to injury, but just tactics and stuff. Then eventually we see Gakpo scoring the 63rd assist from Alexander Isak. Wasn't the most like intentional assist, but it was a nice flick from the Swede. Nice finish from Gakpo, obviously very close range, but 3 losses in a row. I can't stop thinking about how bad of a start that is. But Estevao's winner late, that was a really, clever kind of piece of skill from him to sneak in the shot there. I think Mamardashvili didn't play all that great. I don't think he played all that bad. Bradley, I don't know what's up with the right back position. Szoboszlai plays there for like 30 minutes, 40 minutes sometimes. Bradley plays there for 30, 40 minutes sometimes. We don't really see Frimpong. He didn't even feature or come off the bench today, but we don't see him start or rotate in there all that much, so I don't know what that means for him. Kerkez also off in the 55th for Robertson. It's all just average, McAllister was whatever. Gravenberch, not his best performance. Salah, anonymous. We'll get back to Salah, but Gakpo was probably Liverpool's best player only because he got the goal. Szoboszlai did decent at times, but not really enough end product either. And also got a yellow card in the game. The bench for Liverpool: Jones, Ekitike, Endo. Endo, I rate him. I don't really understand why you're bringing him on when you bring him on, unless you're chasing the draw, because you're not going for a goal there. I would have personally, if that was me, I would have maybe brought back. I would have brought in Frimpong at right back. I would have pushed Szoboszlai back into the midfield and just kind of hope for the best from there, because I rate Endo, but like, he's not going to do anything in the last 9 minutes that's going to keep you, offensively on the front foot. And really, with a game like this, you kind of have to be involved. Someone who sadly wasn't all that involved today, Mohamed Salah, because Liverpool fans could probably tell you this. I want to look at his matches more in depth. Yeah. So far, since the last international break, he got a goal against Burnley, which was the late penalty. He got a goal and assist against Atletico Madrid, which was a good performance. He got an assist against Everton, which, okay, fair enough. It's Merseyside derby. And then the last 3 games, he's played 90 minutes, 28 minutes, and 90 minutes. Not a single goal or assist. There's been some games this season as well, the Arsenal game as well, where he kind of went anonymous, went ghost. 2 goals, 2 assists in 7 matches. For his standards, this is absolutely putrid. 1% in defensive contributions. I get he's older. I get he doesn't have the legs. I get he's 33. I don't know. He's not getting, he's in the 21st percentile, or I think I said that right. Let's see. Yeah, it's the percentile. Okay, so he's in the 21st percentile of touches for other attacking mids and wingers. That's horrible. That's just full on horrible to start. I know Arne Slot says, hey, you're not going to sub off Mo Salah if you're chasing a goal. But Mo Salah can't be Mo Salah if he doesn't have control of the ball, if he's not touching it. And if he's not kind of getting some sort of, control of the game that way, because him off ball you're not going to get much. It's not like, I don't know. I just don't know what to say of all that. But Caicedo, credit to him. I just want to kind of say the fact that he performed. You could go back and look. One of my most viewed videos on this channel is when I thought he was going to join Liverpool. There's that night where everyone was like, oh my God, he's joining Liverpool. And then the U-turn happens. He goes to Chelsea. He goes for a lot of money. People start basically attacking the guy for not performing all that well. Myself, maybe not like super aggressively, but like I definitely was going through a period where I was like, this guy's not all that great. He's going to flop at Chelsea. And, depending on the trophies that he gets, maybe he still does. Maybe he's just a really decent player. But in terms of what he provides for a midfield and what he could have provided for Liverpool and now currently provides for Chelsea, he's one of the best midfielders in the league, bar none. Bar a few, I'd say. Bar none's crazy, because I think there are better midfielders than Moise Caicedo in the Prem, but it's not, I don't think you could count past 5, really. He's in the top 5, probably. He's relentless. He started adding goals to his game this season. He's got 3 and 7 in the Prem. He just reminds me of like that, like classic, like mid 2000s Premier League physical midfield kind of box crasher that's just like gonna provide that kind of spark plug to the midfield. He's just got stamina and an engine for days, and now that he's adding goals, like he feels like a far more complete player. And I think credit to him. Estevao as well. I mean, 18 years old, getting the winner against Liverpool at Stamford Bridge. That's incredibly impressive as well. Goes without saying. But the final thing I just wanted to kind of end on, because, you know, as the season's going to kind of progress here, for the next couple matches for Liverpool and Chelsea. Liverpool have Man United at home at Anfield, Frankfurt in the Champions League, Brentford away, Palace in the EFL Cup at home, Villa at home, then Real Madrid at home, City away, Forest at home. It's a rough stretch right here that they're getting into. Chelsea, might as well look at them since they faced off. Forest away, Ajax at home, Sunderland at home, Wolves away, Tottenham away, Karabag away, then Wolves at home. The first Wolves match is the EFL Cup game. But yeah, it's Chelsea will take this win and hope to convert that momentum, but Liverpool gotta start doing some soul searching, gotta kind of figure out a way to get this squad to play together. Florian Wirtz, I don't want to single out people because I just don't know what to say. Maybe the only bit of reprieve you can get if you're a Liverpool fan is Fernandes and Caicedo look pretty good today. They were both 100 million plus players that were slated relentlessly for their fees. I don't know if Enzo was the most expensive player at one point, but I know Caicedo definitely was up until the Wirtz and Isak transfers. But, I just kind of think that all in all, this current iteration of Liverpool has to figure out a way to just bet in, because currently whatever the approach is, it's not working, and maybe it will work one day, but right now it's not. So you got to start getting results. You got to start figuring out ways to get Salah more involved, to get the back line a bit more airtight, figure out what's up. I don't know what's good with Konate, if his head is in Madrid or if he's just kind of a thing that honestly I think needs mentioning, and I shouldn't be the one to have to remind y'all, but unfortunately, very tragically, we all know Diogo Jota passed this previous summer with his brother Andre Silva, and that kind of human impact that has on anyone's day-to-day life is tremendous. It's very, very heavy. It's something that puts a lot of weight onto people, and in a day-to-day life setting, just working, whether you're working in a retail space or you're working in a kitchen or you're teaching or something, that happens to you, somebody for 5 years, almost 5+ years, and something incredibly tragic happens and you lose that person who you're so close to, that's going to have an incredible impact off the pitch. And Van Dijk said himself, he basically said, we have a lot going on the pitch and off the pitch at Liverpool this season. So we, basically saying that they're going to stick together and try to figure things out and work things out. And that's really the only way forward for Liverpool, because it's a tough fixture list coming up. We're behind Arsenal. We could be behind Palace come the end of the game week. We could be, the team has spent a lot. 444 or 46 to 450 million. Sure, the net spending, you could factor that into the account of everything going on, but it's irrelevant when points are what's in discussion. I think Liverpool still needs some reinforcements, sadly, at the back for sure. We've needed competition for Konate for some time now. We thought we were getting it in Leone. He looked incredibly impressive in that game that he played for us in the cup. Sadly goes down injured. Horrible ACL injury. He had surgery. He's recovering. Wish him the best. Hopefully he recovers and hopefully he can play a part in Liverpool's, defensive fortunes to come. But we need somebody in January, that's for sure. Guehi Will it be him? It could be him. If Steve Parrish wants him to go for a fee, maybe that gets expedited, but they'll want like a decent fee for him in the final 6 months of his contract. I don't know what that fee would be. Possibly somewhere in the ballpark of like 20-25 mil. Because if not, he goes for free in the summer. But then the question becomes, does he join Liverpool? Why doesn't he go to a Chelsea? You know, I know I'm pretty sure it was part of the academy, but maybe that's something that happens. Chelsea, for all I said today, they also lost two of their center backs to injury. So that's not good. They had a bunch of fullbacks there, and that's even more of like an indictment of Liverpool's poor start to the season. But all in all, there's so much going on between both these clubs. There's a lot of storylines to track, and a huge win for Chelsea. I mean, credit to them. We got Liverpool at the end. We got dunked on in a way that we kind of started dunking on people throughout the season. And, it happened against Palace. It happened here as well. Hopefully Liverpool seek to break that habit and end up doing so in the next match week against Manchester United, because that, if there's a fixture for Liverpool to go and get confidence back, it could potentially be this one. But yeah, I'm not thrilled whatsoever and just a little dejected after the third loss in a row. But what can you do? Thank you so much for watching. Comment down below in the comment section with your thoughts on this fixture. Who was your man of the match? What do you think of Chelsea's performance? What do you think of Liverpool's performance? What do you make of their upcoming games? Hope y'all have a great weekend. Hope y'all enjoy. Subscribe if you're new. Like if you enjoyed as well. I'm Sideline Sedo. Peace.